Meteorologist Josh Colbert this morning looking at some weather alerts that we have in place. When do these start to go into effect for today?
Well, for the Cascades and Siskiyous, it starts as early as 10 this morning, but for eastern Curry County, for Josephine County, and for Jackson County in elevations above 1,500 feet, it goes from 7 p.m. this evening to 1 p.m. on Tuesday. And then in elevations above 500 feet, we have extensive winter weather advisories. And not only are we going to be dealing with some snow, but we're going to be dealing with some impacts from the winds, as winds will come out of the north and northwest, sustained between 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting upwards of 45 miles per hour, and that would be today from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that's why we have a wind advisory in place for this little northeastern slice of Siskiyou County, and then for the Klamath and Great Basins. So for this morning, we are seeing just a few showers starting to develop on the front edge of the storm system, and that'll become a lot more expansive a little bit later today. So we'll time it all out with Stormcast, and by the time we get to lunchtime, you see more rain and snow showers starting to bubble up from the northwest, spreading down to the southeast, and that'll continue right into this evening, into the overnight hours. But during this time frame, that's when snow levels are going to fall. So this is when we could start seeing some snow conceivably in the Rogue Valley. And then we'll get a little bit of a break for the overnight hours, and I'm talking a very small break, because then we get more snow, more rain and snow, but it's primarily going to be snow because snow levels are going to be so low. But that is what we're going to have into Tuesday morning. So this commute on Tuesday morning is going to be very treacherous, but then it clears out of here pretty quickly. Once we get to lunchtime, most of us will dry out, and then the skies will start to clear, and that's going to set the table for a very cold night that we could have Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show, but first, some of these projected rainfall totals that we could have through Tuesday afternoon. And this is not going to be a very wet storm system. The impacts, or at least the high impacts, are going to come from just how cold the air is going to be and just how low the snow levels are going to be. So they'll start off pretty normal for this time of the year, right around 4,000 feet for this morning, but then falling down to around 2,000 feet just before dinner time. And it's going to be in the time frame between 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's when snow levels will get low enough that we can see some snow within the Rogue Valley, and maybe even some coastal snow, as those snow levels are just going to be so low, maybe sub 500 feet. So all that to say, I think we'll have some pretty widespread snow accumulations. You can see 2 to 3 inches we're expecting for Grants Pass, a couple inches for Medford, maybe even trace amounts along the coast. But there aren't any accumulations that really stick out other than in some of the elevations where you'd expect just that. For Mount Ashland, for Crater Lake, we could have upwards of 8 to 12 inches of snow. So just expect some slick, slushy, or maybe even snowpack conditions on those roadways overnight and then into Tuesday morning. So for today, everything approaching from the northwest. I think it's going to start off as rain with the snow levels right around 4,000 feet, but then everything transitions to snow this evening into the overnight hours. Of course, winds will be an issue. In fact, the winds are the reason we're going with moderate impact for today, but then high impacts with some of the snow we should have into Tuesday morning, travel impacts into Wednesday, and then a weak storm system that we'll have for Thursday and Friday that'll bring more snow, just not in elevations as low as what we're expecting for this storm system. So here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. It's kind of mind-boggling, but even us along the coast could see some snow starting overnight into Tuesday morning, but accumulations are going to be pretty minimal. For Siskiyou County, we'll likely have snow showers starting later today. That'll continue right into Tuesday morning. A very nice day for Wednesday, then more chances for snow into Thursday and into Friday. But it looks like the basin is going to be dry from that storm system, but before that, getting very cold all the way down probably into the single digits for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. For the Cascades and Siskiyous, we'll see some big travel impacts overnight into tomorrow. And then for the Rogue Valley, watching and waiting the rain transitioning into snow for this evening, and then snow looking very likely into Tuesday morning.